Welcome to the Homeworld training mission. Here we will teach you all the basic controls needed to play Homeworld. Let's begin. Left-click on the Next button to proceed. Lesson 1. Using the camera. Click the Next button to begin. To rotate the camera, hold the right mouse button and drag the mouse. Click Next to continue. To advance to the next lesson, rotate the camera 100 next, rotate the camera upward to view. Now view the mothership from below. Great. To zoom in or out, hold both mouse buttons and drag the mouse up or down. If your mouse has a wheel, you can use the wheel to zoom as well. Click Next to continue. From this position, we get a good overview of the action. Now zoom the camera in as far as you can. Excellent. From this position, we get a good close-up view of the action. Practice rotating and zooming the camera. When you're ready to move on. Lesson 2. Building ships. Click. There it is. Normally, the taskbar would disappear when you move your cursor away from it, but let's keep it up to take a closer look. Click Next to continue. This button brings up the Build Manager. Welcome to the Build Manager. Here you can build new ships for the fleet. Click Next to continue. This is your RU count. It displays the amount of resource units available for building. Click Next to continue. This is the ship list. It displays the ships available for building, their cost, and the number of ships in each build queue. Click Next to continue. Let's build some ships. Left. Notice the progress bar. This indicates how much of the ship has been built. Click Next to continue. Now add a research ship to the build queue. Left-click twice on the Now add 10 scouts to the build queue. Good. Now left-click. Take a close look at the progress bar. The darker top bar shows the progress of the ship currently being built. Click Next to continue. And the lighter bottom bar shows the progress of the entire batch. Click Next to continue. To exit the Build Manager, left-click on the Close button or press Escape. Construction will continue. Lesson 3. Selecting and Focusing. Click Next to begin. Select the mothership by left-clicking on it. Deselect it by left-clicking on it. Hold down the left mouse button and drag a selection box around the mothership. Mother. At the top right of the screen is the info overlay. It displays all the selected ships. To proceed, zoom the camera all the way out. Now drag a single selection box around as many ships as you can. Notice how the info overlay lists all the selected ships. Click on the resource collector in the list to select it. Now the resource collector is selected. Click Next to continue. Homeworld's camera always rotates. Good. Rotate the camera. Zoom it in and out. Notice the camera is centered around the resource collector. Click Next to continue. Click the middle mouse button again, or press the F key again to zoom in as close as possible. Zoom the camera out again to continue. You have a line of scouts in front of the mothership. Hold down the left mouse button and drag a selection box around all of them. Click the middle mouse button or press the... Now we're zoomed in on the scouts. Move the camera around to take a look at them. Click the Next button to continue. Take some time to practice selecting and focusing. When the action heats up, it's important to be comfortable with these controls. When you're ready to move on, click the Next button. Select the resource collector, focus on it, and zoom in until you're reasonably close. This is the ship's health bar. It indicates the ship is selected. If the ship gets damaged, the green bar will shrink and change color. Click Next to continue. When selected, a ship's functions are accessible through its right-click menu. Right-click on the resource collector to bring up this menu. Begin harvesting by left-clicking on Harvest in the menu. The resource collector will now find the nearest resources to harvest. Note that you can still rotate and zoom the camera while it moves. Click Next. To move on to the next lesson, select and focus on the research ship. To help you find it, I have drawn a... Lesson 4, Researching Technology. Click Next to begin. This is a research ship. The more you have of these. Welcome to the Research Manager. Here you can research technology which will... This window... The green dot indicates that capital... Left-click on the Research button. Commence. Left-click on the Close button to exit the... Lesson 5, Moving Ships. Click Next to begin. Now it's time to move your 10 scouts. Zoom out and select them all.
Reporting for duty.
Now rotate the camera so we're looking straight. Lastly, zoom out as far as you can. This gives us a nice view for moving the ships. Right-click on one of the scouts to bring up its menu. Select the Move option from the menu. This is
Destination locked in.
Moving ships is very important, so let's try it again. Click Next to continue. As a shortcut, bring up the movement disk. This time,
Understood.
now let's try some 3D movement. Bring up the movement disk again. Hold the Shift key.
Coordinates
Nice
confirmed.
work. Take some time to practice horizontal and vertical movement. When you feel comfortable with these controls, click Next. Lesson 6, the Sensors Manager. Click Next to begin. The Sensors Manager is Homeworld's large-scale map. Welcome to the Sensors Manager. From here you can get an overview of your surroundings and move your ships long distances. Notice that you can still rotate and zoom the camera. Click the Next button to continue. This is your mothership. The green points represent your ships. The red points represent enemy ships. The large brown points represent harvestable resources. The small brown points represent space dust that cannot be collected. Left-click on any of your ships to exit the Sensors Manager and move the camera to that position. In this way, you can cover large selected ships are... The Sensors Manager allows you to move ships in the same way you do.
Underway.
Focusing also works normally in the Sensors Manager. You've learned a lot. Practice moving your scouts and using the Sensors Manager. When you are ready, focus on the scouts and click Next. Lesson 7, Formations. Click Next to begin. Right-click on the scouts to bring up their menu.
Delta formation confirmed.
Now the fighters are in the Delta formation. Use the right-click menu again to assign Broad formation.
Broad formation confirmed.
Good. Next,
Establishing X formation.
formations can also be assigned using the Tab key. Press Tab to...
Claw formation confirmed.
Notice that Tab will cycle to the next formation. Press Tab.
Wall formation confirmed.
This is the wall. Press Tab for Sphere formation.
Sphere locked in.
Take some time to familiarize yourself with the formations. When you're ready to continue, put the scouts into claw formation and left-click on the Next button.
X formation confirmed. Assuming claw formation.
To begin the combat lesson, use the Sensors Manager. These are the enemies.
Destination confirmed.
Once you have issued the move, you can leave the Sensors Manager. Lesson 8. Combat. Click Next to begin. Rotate the camera so you can see the
Locked on target.
Click. To attack them all at once, hold down Control.
Target confirmed.
Pause the action to teach you how to focus the camera without selecting. Click Next to continue. Lesson 9. Alt Focusing. Click Next to begin. Hold down the Alt key and left click. You can also focus on multiple ships at once by holding Alt and dragging a selection box around them. Try it now. Good. Now practice focusing until you're ready to move.
Target acquired. Engage.
The capital ship drive research you started earlier has been completed. You can now build an assault frigate. Go into the Build Manager. Build an assault frigate. Let's return to your scouts. Lesson 10. Docking. Click Next to begin. Some of your scouts might be damaged or low.
Locked on
The
to
scouts
mothership.
are on their way to the
Not enabled.
mothership to be repaired and refueled. Click Next to continue. Lesson 11. Canceling orders. Click Next to begin. You've learned how to select Cancel. Notice that your scouts have stopped.
Docking with mothership initiated.
I have a feeling a battle is imminent. When your frigate is built, I bet you will be attacked by a small group of corvettes and scouts. Production underway. Assault frigate complete.
Reporting.
Scout complete. Group 2 designated.
Assuming aggressive tactics, diverting power to weapons. Reporting for duty. Assuming evasive tactics, diverting power to engines. Acknowledged. Ready for escort. Under attack. Ready for orders. Attack clearance received. Ready for orders. Reporting.
Mothership. Group 1 designated.
Intercept course on the combat stations. Group 2, reporting enemy contact. Evasive tactics enabled, diverting power to engine. followed.
Construction commencing. Resources exhausted. Construction paused.
Watcher 6. Enemy units closing on Group 2. Assignment. Locked on target. On copies. Locked on target. I almost feel bad about this. Attention Group 1. This is Group 2. We have incoming.
Assault frigate complete.
Attention Group 2, we got an assignment. Target confirmed responding.
Group 1 under attack. Mothership. Group 2 reassigned.
Aggressive tactics enabled, diverting power to weapons. This is Group 2, as we got a situation here in view. Group 2. Group 2 causes under attack. We're running out of juice here. Target confirmed. Mothership initiated. We're clear. In our favor. Let's end this. Group 2, under attack. Acknowledged. Receiving. Target acquired. Enemy contact. Group 2 reporting. Intercept course punched in. Establishing broad formation. It's over. Let's clean it up. We caught him napping. Group 2, reporting enemy contact. Letter reporting. Let's end this. Fire cutter locked in. Group 2 receiving. Acknowledged. Ready for escort. Standing by. Locked on target. Reporting. Enemy
Production underway.
It's in our favor. Group 1 under attack. Attention Group 2, we got company.
Scout complete.
It looks even, let's do it. Standing by. Attack clearance received. Enemy units closing in next to 2. Keep one eye on the clock. Combat stations. Attack complete. Holding pattern locked in. Reporting for duty. Target confirmed. Reporting for duty. Locked on target.
Group 2 to combat stations.
Keep one eye on the clock. This is Group 2. We have incoming. Looks like we got the upper hand. Group 2 reporting enemy contact. Keep one eye on the clock. This is Group 1. We're in the red. Fuel low. Group 2 under attack.
Congratulations, you have now finished the Homeworld tutorial.